just to recap from the live stream and what I'm looking for tomorrow, nothing really has changed comparing with yesterday. Price stayed at the same levels when you're looking at the dollar index and the US indices. There was just a small break to downside on the dollar index, which is interesting, but we may continue now to go to the upside. Again, I still look at the target more towards to the highs or to the upside in here on dollar index. And I'm looking to see what kind of manipulation you're going to have tomorrow at London Open. Like if you break the highs, you start having manipulation to go to downside, that's perfect. And potentially we can even get another long opportunity from today's lows. On the euro dollar, it remains exactly the same. The level that I'm looking to look for longs is the same as yesterday, so I want to see the lows being taken and potentially see buy pressure, so I'm going to be paying attention to that. Similar on the pound dollar as well. Looking at Aussie New Zealand, we'll see. There's going to have interest rate decision in New Zealand overnight, so expecting a 50 basis point rate cut, so I'm not really going to touch that. We'll see where we're going to be at. We have been literally printing the bearish heavy candles for 5-6 days in a row, so you may find another leg down before some buy pressure, or we're going to go up first before resuming the move to downside. I'm expecting a little bit of buy pressure regardless of what's going to happen. The yen pairs, we are finally, I'm waiting still, right? I'm waiting to see euro yen, dollar yen, pound yen and so on, potentially getting closer to those highs to look for sell opportunities. However, when you're looking at the yen index, we notice that the yen index already reacted or closed the gap in here, like it's reacted perfectly from that supply, which can start getting more sell pressure on the yen index, which means that the euro yen, pound yen, dollar yen and so on may actually start moving even higher. Like there's maybe some buy pressure in there, but I'm going to be looking at the highs for a potential sell on the yen pairs. US indices, looking at the S&P, Nasdaq and so on. Like again, we had a lot of strength today, but price hasn't really managed to break any level of structure with respect to the lows one more time. So at the highs, I'm going to be looking at potentially S&P to fake out the highs and create a new all-time high before finding new sell pressure. I've been mentioning that that's possible on the S&P, even though I do see an engulf to downside for a potential bearish move in the future. Maybe not for now, in the future. So we could see price taking out these highs, collecting out liquidity around this level before moving to downside. Nasdaq, as I mentioned, they're still the highs, they are still fresh, so we can actually fake out all this mid-range structure and potentially react from those highs. Otherwise, we can even go slightly higher because we still have better levels at the highs closer to the all-time high created back in July, and that can be a little bit of a play as well on Nasdaq. But first, we can have some sell pressure or some reaction from around this structure in here. DAX, as we mentioned, it reacted perfectly from that demand zone, so I'm curious to see how price may react around this level, if you're going to have a little bit more of momentum, or if you do manage to break below that structure, I'm turning a bit more bearish, and that could be a great sell opportunity from those highs in there. Looking at oil, basically reacted, we were looking for shorts yesterday, it was already a big reaction. If price goes back to the highs, I'm going to be looking for more sells. But now I need to wait for price to go back to those highs. Now it's a little bit in the middle of the range again, so I need to wait. Dollar CAD moved quite aggressively to the upside. That was something that we were also looking to start to eventually see a little bit of sell pressure, but I continue to be a bit more bullish on dollar CAD, so I'm going to be cautious with that one as well. It's just some potential retracements, and I'm a counter trend trader, so I'm actually looking for shorts, even though price is moving to the upside, but I'm going to be cautious with that one as well, until I find a proper reason to look for reversals. Again, dollar CAD has been moving to the upside for 5 or 6 days in a row with a lot of momentum. And that's it. Just to recap again, euro dollar, pound dollar, the pairs related to the dollar, I'm going to be looking for a potential opportunity tomorrow during the London session. Aussie dollar, same thing. And the indices, I'm going to be looking at the indices and the yen pairs. Those are going to be the assets that are going to be paying attention to for tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to see you guys tomorrow again. I stream every day at 7 p.m, so feel free to join to do my pre-market analysis to look for opportunities, find the best A+ setups for tomorrow's session. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much. See you guys. See you tomorrow. I'll speak to you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bye-bye.